Welcome back to Beyond the Known. I'm Jitesh Vaswani. Today's episode is small and big at the same time. Intimate like a phone call from home and wide like a horizon after the rain. Today, we come to the heart of belonging, the practice of gratitude, and the quiet courage that it takes to step into your own agency. Let's go there. The more you know, the more the unknown grows. I am Jitesh Vaswani, your host, and together, let's take this journey beyond the known. I flew back to India last week. I came because unfortunately, my mother had a stroke, a moment that personally halted time for me and made me cue every moment in a single breath, every memory. I want to be clear, she's all right now. We caught it in time. She's healing, thankfully. I'm breathing all right now. I'm breathing much easier as I say that. 2 days ago, I was in my room. I woke up early because of jet lag to the usual Indian street buzz. And I took a walk through my apartment complex that I grew up in, the streets of Vikaspuri. It was opening a photo album that I had not realized I missed. I noticed the cracks in the building walls and they reminded me of where I come from. Today I'm successful. I live in a decent-sized home in the US, but my heart was still warm seeing the imperfections I grew up in. It was imperfectly perfect, much more perfect than the cookie-cutter homes in America. The breeze carried a fragrance only an Indian morning can. The first parathas sizzling in kitchens all through the different houses in the buildings, their aroma drifting through the open windows, it made me emotional. The alleys here remember me. Some buildings had paint peeling, fissures running like old maps. Dust had settled into those cracks and made new stories out of them. But the people, the neighbors, the aunties, the kids playing, they carried some depth to it. Their hearts had no cracks, not even a single one. The walls in India may weather, but the hearts here do not crack. When you grow up in a place like this, belonging isn't just an idea, it is a muscle. One of my neighbors, an auntie, stopped me as I was on my morning walk. She's well over 80, probably close to 90 years old. She saw me and immediately began sharing blessings and some of my childhood stories. Meals here are shared with a little bit of a fuss, a small taunt here, a small taunt there, but even that is a love language. I felt nostalgia. But it wasn't like the soft nostalgia painted in rose. It was a deep recognition that family and community are the scaffolding or the skeleton that allows us to recover, to breathe, and to be ourselves. If you're listening and you're far away from home, you are healing from being, something that made you feel uprooted, hear me out. Rebuild that scaffolding. It may be imperfect. The paint may be flaky, but the hearts don't crack when tended with presence. The American dream gives you a house, a nice car, smooth roads to drive on, but add family and add community to your American dream. Because in the world that feels polarized and divided, no one else will be your support. There is another reason I wanted to share this episode from here. I'm stepping into a new chapter in my life personally. I've been lucky to have good jobs, great bosses, but over the last decade, I feel I have sacrificed so much time away from my family to build a nice life for myself. So much so that I missed time, I missed my niece taking her first steps. Today, she's old enough to go to the same school I once did. This trip reminded me of the importance of prioritizing the right things. Walking the same streets I once raced down as a kid, I realized how much I value freedom, purpose, and the ability to work on my own terms. Don't get me wrong, I work hard, but now I'm going to do that for myself. I've decided to step into a role that finally lets me marry two things I love. The work that I've always enjoyed doing, my experience into the corporate world, my experience, partnerships and marketing, and the thing that feeds my soul, which is teaching meditation and serving through the art of living. It hasn't been a straightforward journey to achieve this dream, but I kid you not, keep going because dreams do come true, but not always easily. This was probably my dream since university. I used to tell my college friends how much I enjoyed the space of service. Over time, I discovered a knack for media, marketing, and storytelling. None of this was taught in my degree. No one handed me a playbook on how to build a business. But if I am going to live with the freedom my heart desires, then this is the way forward. I cannot run away from it anymore. Here's the nuance though that often gets missed, in an Instagram highlight reel. When a dream lands, it doesn't stop the wanting machine. The next desire is already waiting politely in the corner. You achieve something and your mind starts drawing the next map. Gurudev, the teacher many of you know I'm blessed to be connected with, often speaks about this cycle. He says that every desire leads to another. If the mind isn't handled properly, it can be stuck in a rat race. If we don't pause to celebrate and be grateful for the doors that open, desire becomes a restless driver that never lets you enjoy the ride. So I'm making a small practice for myself and I invite you to try it with me. When a desire is fulfilled, pause. Relish it. We can all do that right now. Take a pause. Name your wins. Write down the desires that were fulfilled. Feel the warmth of achievement. Let that gratitude seep in. And then write the new desire, but bless it. Put gratitude next to ambition. This is what I mean when I say stepping into your own agency. Not just making moves externally, but choosing from a place of groundedness, not lack. I cannot wait to work more with The Art of Living and its sister projects, to teach more, to bring what I've learned about the systems, storytellings, human connection, and service. So here are the exact steps that I want you to practice with me. They definitely did change the tone of my days on this trip. Step number 1, list all of your fulfilled desires. Write down 5 to 10 things right now as you are listening to me that happened in the last year, that once you wanted. Big or small, does not matter. Do not judge your wins. Just list them. Now that you have listed it, for each win, write one word on how it felt. Proud, relieved, quiet, wild, tender. Once you've written down how you feel once each desire was fulfilled, now close your eyes. Offer a brief thanks, aloud or silently, for each one of those wins. Now, once you have done that, you are in that space of victory mindset. From that space, write down that one desire that you have next. Don't chase it yet, bless it, and add an intention beside it for the greater good. Add the purpose behind your desire. When you add the purpose behind your desire, there is a high chance that you'll be able to fulfill it. When I did this in my old room in Vikaspuri, windows open, fans circling, my old grandmother asleep down the hall, I felt a warmth that's hard to describe. It wasn't fireworks, it wasn't like a big spectacle, it was a quiet settling, like placing a cup on a table that I know would not fall. Praying with gratitude is beautiful. It aligns your heart with the truth that you are not alone in this world, that forces bigger than you care and conspire for life. Gurudev reminds us that contentment is not the absence of desire, it is the presence of appreciation. When the inner ledger is full, ambition flows from abundance and not just hunger. That's the difference between a leader who burns out and one who becomes a lighthouse for everybody. So if you're chasing the next thing, try this. Before you sprint, stand still for a breath and say, thank you for what is here. If that changes the mechanics of your drive, if that makes your energy sustainable, then write down, share your experience in the comments below. We're in the middle of Navratri, the 9 nights when many traditions say that the divine plane comes close to the human plane. The veil thins. Rituals feel more potent. If you're part of this tradition or simply feel drawn to it, lean in a little deeper. Here are 3 ways you can honor these 9 nights right now. First, meditate extra. Add 10 to 20 minutes to your usual practice. Let the silence stretch. Let the body remember its own breath. Second, you can listen to some chanting or some mantras, even 5 to 10 minutes while making tea. That vibration tunes and harmonizes our entire nervous system. Third, add some sort of community service as a ritual. Do one act of kindness each night. A phone call, a donation, a meal shared. Let action be worship. You can feel the festivities in the air right now. During this time, the ordinary becomes luminous. So don't make it performative. Make it honest, small, something that helps you tune towards things that matter a lot. Today, I want to thank you for letting me be with you. From a small room in Vikaspuri, from a place of worry made lighter by love, from a heart stepping away into new agency and into steady service. If this episode landed with you, do one thing. Write down that one win that you just shared a little bit above. Put a single word next to it to capture how it felt and share it in the comments below. Let's start a chain of wins. Thank you. This was Beyond the Known, and I'm Jitesh Vaswani. Let's keep going together.